Hey, my Legion, how you all doing today? I'm here today to review a very bad horror film. I've been reviewing a lot of them because I watched a lot of them last night. This one is Black Devil Doll from Hell. And what happened was, I saw little bits and pieces of this over the last year and stuff like that. I didn't bother to watch the whole thing. And then I saw something on Adjust Your Tracking, like, when I saw it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're talking about a movie called Tales from the Quadrant Zone. It's supposed to be a very rare film from Chester Turner, and that looked really. And it was shot on video, low budget, and it was said the first movie he directed was this one, Black Devil Doll from Hell. I knew that was on YouTube. The other one is not on YouTube, even though there's a Cinesnob reviewed it though. And this movie is pretty bad, and released in 1984. And usually that's one of the shot-on video movies, and that was one of the great things about the 80s. They had a bunch of shot-on video films. He was saying that made Crazy Fat Ethel 2 look like Citizen Kane, but Crazy Fat Ethel 2 was actually pretty good, even though there was lots of clips from the first one, Criminally Insane, and that which was shot on film, which was really strange. But I mean, Crazy Fat Ethel too. I actually enjoyed that. It was an enjoyable film, even though there's no gore in it. But it was pretty. It was pretty decent, pretty entertaining. It's only an hour long. This one is 70 minutes. Well, 74 minutes, I should say. And there was some other movies I've seen on video, shot on video, that I really liked growing up in the 80s. You know, in the height of the video, like Boarding House. Boarding House was awesome. The movies from United Film Distribution, like Forever Evil. What was it? Forever Evil, Revenge, The Ripper, with Tom Savini playing Jack the Ripper, and Blood Cult, which was okay. Well, I saw that in, I rented that in 92 or 93. And, Wizard had movies like Breeders and Robot Holocaust and Mutant Hunt and Dream Maniac, which I never saw, which I regret not seeing that one. Anyways, there were some other ones too, like Terror on Tape. But this one makes them all look. I mean, those were entertaining and low budget. At least they tried to look like they had somewhat of a budget. You know, they still look low budget. They look shot on video. They actually try to look like real movies. This one does not. I saw Sledgehammer. I think I saw one back in early 2015. That was just boring. This one's equally as boring. And basically what happens is it's an hour and 14 minutes, and the opening credits look awful. I mean, it looks like something shot on a video toaster, which is something like they made those back in the 80s, I guess, to make your own movies and stuff. I always wanted one, but I mean, now looking at it, probably would. I mean, it looked awful. Instead of re-edited from this one guy, the opening credits are like 6.5 minutes long. And the ending credits are like 5 minutes. So, I mean, that's almost a whole. That's almost. Wow, that's almost 12 minutes of credits. And the credits aren't anything special. They just show like a little thing and they keep that image on there for a while. The credits are so long, even Charles Band would say, damn, these credits are too long. I mean, even though he became really really notorious for stretching out credits to try to flush out a running time. But I mean, getting to the movie, it involves this religious lady, and she's very religious. She's at church at first, and you hear the reverend talking, and then her and her friend are talking, and whenever they have like music or something, it's hard to understand the dialogue. And she was talking with the one friend. Her friend said, boy, I think other things more interesting to do than being at church. She's like, shut your mouth. It's shut your mouth and, don't be sacrilegious. And you see her going home and she's singing all these hymns and stuff like that. And, her house is all decked out in religious stuff, including like a little Bible and stuff, which is fine. And then she goes to this curiosity shop. And she finds this ventriloquist dummy with braids and stuff like that. And she buys it. And then they have the girl gives the backstory of the doll, and you can barely hear it because they have this music code that went, and it completely drowns out the audio. I mean, you can barely hear what the lady's saying, but I mean, you can hear a little bit. And she said that, beware, don't buy this thing. 4 people have bought this before you, and basically what happens is it's a rumor that the doll will fulfill your darkest desire, and then will come back to this place. And it was owned by someone a long time ago. Well, anyway, she said, well, some people. And then she walked away, and she came back and said, oh, well, I'm going to get this anyways. And throughout this, they have a very annoying soundtrack that sounds like something off of a keyboard. Where they have, like, the synthesizer, the different sides. It's really cheap sounding. I know Cinema says sound like a tea kettle. It was really bad. And she gets the doll. She takes it. She sits in the bathroom. She goes to take a shower. And she gets all naked. And then you see the doll like open his eyes and turn around like. You know, that was funny. And you see these images of the doll having sex with her. And you see the girl's pleasuring herself in the shower. And apparently that's her darkest desire, to have sex with his dummy. Because she said, I'm not having sex till I'm married. Or she was saying, like, there's this one guy who's trying to sell her stolen stuff in his trunk. And she's like, don't you know it's not right to steal? Thou shalt not steal. And she's like I said, super religious. Anyways, she's sleeping. She gets out of the shower, and she's sleeping, and then she has a dream. She wakes up, and the dummy is sitting in her bedroom. She said, how do you get in there? Go back to the bathroom. And she takes him, puts him in the bathroom, and then he appears in the bedroom again. And then I think she goes to get a shower again the next day. And, also, she puts, like, these things on the dummy's arm to say it'll darken your skin up. Because there's a double in the movie of the little kid with the braids that the dummy has that, you know, whenever they have a scene of him walking around as a little kid. And she goes to get a shower again. And the dummy attacks her. And then he ties her to the bed. And then he starts talking. Wake up, bitch, wake up. And he's like, I'm going to pleasure you. Well, I'm going to pleasure you. And they just show the clips that he had before him making out with her. And, like, he breathes smoke out his mouth. That was the special effect. They had a special effect of his tongue coming out. Really bad stuff. And it's so drawn out. It's so drawn out. It's actually kind of boring. It sounds like it'd be entertaining, but it's actually boring. And after that happens, I don't want to give away the rest of the movie, because I don't do spoilers and stuff like that, but it's really bad. I mean, the plot is not that, Cinema Snob said the plot is about as thick as Kool-Aid. I mean, the rest of the movie is, it goes in a direction I didn't expect, but I mean, it's nothing special. It was a little funny, but not much. I mean, and usually I like cheesy movies like this, but it's so drawn out and so slow. It's boring. And they keep having, like, music, sometimes music over dialogue, and sometimes it's so drawn out you just see people moving the lips, and they keep having that, and you have to turn down this volume. It's louder than hell. Cinema Snob was saying that they left their fire alarms go off during those parts. But, I mean, it's really a bad film. I thank my friend Tony for making me a thumbnail for it, and I told Tony he should check it out. I don't know if he bothered to watch it, but just to see the doll in action, stuff like that. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, usually some of these movies are so bad they're good, but this movie is just so bad it's just boring. And because I give this a 4 out of 10, I was not a fan of this film, but I have to, say it was really cheesy and stuff like that. I wish they had more of the dummy talking, because at least that was funny. And a fun fact about this film is they said that during the lovemaking scene, I guess the dummy's head fell off. That would have been really funny if they were kept that in there. But it's really terrible. And like I said, when the ending credits come on, it just stretches out for another 5 minutes. A lot of times, the shot on video movies back in the 80s were entertaining, Well, depending on what, like Revenge, especially Revenge, Forever Evil, Ripper, and Boarding House. Boarding House was very good. I like Boarding House, but this one's really bad. So there you have it for Black Devil Doll from Hell. No spoilers. And until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion. See what Amber wants now. Take care, everybody.